You're listening to Beloit Podcast.
Today we have Rook Swagg. When I was working on Petite Man Life Radio with Daedrid McKnight, we had Rook as a guest and back as a co-host a few times. Always fun. But before we get to the interview, before we go any further, so who's hosting this show?
You are?
Vivi Media. Vivi Media, right?
Huh?
Exactly. Vivi Radio Online, host to Beloit's only 24/7 online radio station. Vivi promotes local music, bands, businesses, nonprofits, as well as individuals, groups, and other organizations. Online radio, podcasting, and unique audio advertising, Vivi Media offers a range of services to help complete your next media project. And the best part, we put local first. For more details, email Reese at vivimedia.org. That's REESE at VIVImedia.org, vivimedia.org. Or find Vivi Media on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. Send us your questions and we'll get right back. Okay, so when we had Rook on Petite Man Life Radio at Janesville Community Radio, he was working on recording the release that we're going to talk about today, Just a Nobody, which we talk about that in today's interview, plus we're talking about New Money Team. We've had on musicians from the label as previous guests, including Rich Porter, Darius Pittman. We get some of Rook's history as a Rolling Stone in the Beloit area. Find his music on SoundCloud, also YouTube. Just search Rook Swagg, ROOKSWAGG, Rook Swagg. I keep up with you on social media, on Facebook and everything. For listeners who might not be familiar with who you are as a musician, as a person in our community, tell people a little bit about where you kind of got started with your music. Why don't we start there with some of your background? Tell people who you are.
Okay, well, I got my music background actually from the marching band. I played the trombone and the drum line, played the quads. That kind of really got me really in tune with music a lot, so I just kept on following it and freestyling a little bit here and there. I didn't get really open with the freestyling and whatnot around friends until I was about like maybe 16. That's when it got real serious. I recorded my first song. I was about 18, I believe. 18. Yeah, I was 18 when I recorded my first song. And I just started doing shows when I was 21. It all started from the marching band.
Where was the marching band? Was that right here in Beloit? Where was it?
The marching band was in Ocoee, Florida, Ocoee High School. Mr. Hendricks, he was my band instructor. Shout out to Mr. Hendricks. So I think you appreciate that for building that music in me, so I can keep pushing forward how I'm doing right now.
You're still on New Money Team.
Yeah.
So how did you get from being inspired by the drum days, the school days, pretty much, to get to where you are right now? There was obviously a couple of years in between.
Yeah.
Had to keep pushing at your music.
Yeah.
A little bit of a journey. How was that?
Learning. I'm still learning. Certain things I don't know how to do yet, but I like it because it's a new experience, so that when I can face it again in my future, I'll know how to handle it instead of being lost or like a chicken with its head cut off. So I mean, like at first, like it started with the rapping, like I would do it in the mirror by myself. Like, I wouldn't do it around people, or I wouldn't say it loud enough for people to hear it.
Sounds like me in podcasting. But yeah, no, okay.
I used to be really, really judgmental of the way I would sound, how I rapped, and it just got to the point of it didn't matter what anybody else thought, because I'm doing what makes me happy. I'm doing my music, what I love.
Did you do any demos, any EPs, any shorter releases, or anything like that?
I just had 2 videos up at the time, and I was doing the same 3 songs before I got my project finished.
This is the start of it, though, really.
Yeah. My shirts, I got shirts that are progressing well, came from the Burst. Those who know me and those who know the way I perform and what I do, and my word is Burst. So, you know what I mean? I got the shirts made, ordered up. Just let me know what size that I need. I have one of them right here.
Nice. You got your own brand.
Yeah.
That's what I really like about what you're doing. You're into it. You're passionate about what you do.
Yeah.
And you keep going after it. And I know you've had ups and downs, but
Yeah.
you still stay consistent with your music.
Yeah, got to, because that's what keeps me above water. That's what keeps me sane with life. Because when things get hard and you have your hardships, that's all I can depend on, really, is just that beat and then the mic in my face.
You wouldn't say you're a Beloiter historically, right?
No. Yeah, well, I have family that live out here in Wisconsin, mainly like Madison, Janesville area.
Seems like this area really has a lot of people who were drawn to music for that reason. That's really what they got. That's all they got is
Yeah.
music. And this area, in this south central Wisconsin area, the
Right.
northern Illinois area. So how does it feel to be a part of New Money Team?
It feels great, man. It honestly feels great. It feels like I have a purpose and I have deeds to finish.
I know there's some, I would say, legendary artists from Beloit on there.
Yeah.
A lot of people that I have interviewed in previous Beloit podcasts, but people that I would call legends.
Yeah.
That 10, 20 years from now, I'm going to look back at least at the episodes and their music and really be thankful that we did these interviews.
Yeah.
New Money Team, if you're a listener and you're not familiar with them, Facebook, go to Facebook, type New Money Team in the Facebook search bar. Give some of the artists that are on the label.
Rook Swagg, C Mula, Jay Prince, of course, Rich Porter, me as well, Jovi Bags,
Yeah, you can't forget
Pro
him.
Pittman, yeah, he was coming up next. He's a guy I can't wait to really to do a song with.
Rich was actually, as I was telling you, one of my first interviews, and we met down at Riverside Park. He didn't really know me, but he took a chance on me. He was like, yeah, I'll do this interview. It was a good interview, and I still appreciate it to this day.
That's what's up, man. That's good. Like I'm glad that I'm making it to the point that I am now. Just another stepping stone to my path of what I'm trying to achieve here.
So what's next? So you got Just a Nobody out.
Yeah.
You're still promoting this?
Yes.
Still out day to day. You got the shirts.
Yes.
What else is going on?
I got 2 more radio interviews after this one. I'll reach that out and let all the information know when everything is all the way locked in. But I do have 2 radio interviews coming up. I got a new project I'm working on, a new mixtape that I'm gonna push here. I believe third quarter. Pushing a new project with my bro SG, my brother Lil Steve. If you want to check the music out, just go on to SoundCloud and type in Rook Swagg. But I just got it up there, so go ahead and click follow, and you'll get
No
more.
free download.
You got to
for
crawl before you walk, I guess, man.
Something like that. You got anything else you want to promote? I mean, you got your radio interviews. You're still promoting this latest release.
Just getting the shows lined up. I got some really big features coming. I don't know if you're familiar with Blazo. Last time I seen you was about like March, a little bit before March. I went to South by Southwest with Hypno Carlito from OTF. He's a real cool guy, man, down to earth. You know what I mean? I gained a lot of respect from him because, I would think that when you meet another artist that's in the industry already, you may think that they're big-headed. But with him, not at all. You know what I mean? It was more organic and a love for music. Those are my 2 big features I got dropping here soon. Got a couple videos. Me and Rich Porter's song we're going to be dropping as of visuals. Me and Tech Pesos. We got about 3 songs on the mixtape that we got to shoot videos to. Me and C Mula got a video to shoot.
Sounds like you got some videos lined up.
Yeah, a lot of videos lined up. Like I just want to keep applying pressure. Eventually you get to seeing my name pop up, or you get to seeing it as you're scrolling. You might skip it for 2 days, but on that 3rd day, you might click it to see, what is it? I see this every day. What is it? Let me see what it's about. You know what I mean? I got to apply pressure. Pressure breaks pipes.
Speaking of, how can people keep up with you? I know I see you on Facebook. Do you do Twitter? Do you do anything else?
Yeah,
Instagram?
I have Instagram. My Instagram is Rook Swagg _773 FO Life. My Snapchat is the same thing. It's Rook Swagg. ROOK, swag with 2 G's. My Twitter is... It's hard sometimes, man, going from my fan page to Snapchat to Instagram and then to Facebook. I got so many pictures in my phone that I haven't even put up yet. It's like you lose the motivation because it's so much of a hassle to try and do it all by yourself, you know what I mean? So
Sounds like you got a lot of good moments to capture. We're going to make sure everybody keeps following you on Facebook. We're going to find your Twitter and Instagram, Snapchat, all of that. Everybody keep up with Rook Swagg. Latest release, Just a Nobody. You can get the SoundCloud. We got to get you a website. Got to get you a website going.
Working on it, man. Working on it, man.
Thanks for joining.
All right, man. Burst.